I want to thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Taverner, I want to extend a warm welcome to you for your appearance before the committee today. And I also want to thank you for sending your staff to assist me and my staff with the Affordable Care Act town hall meetings and other events in my district. My constituents were happy to have them, learned a lot from them, and looking forward to having more interactions with your excellent staff. I want to ask you about the administration's decision to delay the employer mandate until January 1, 2015. There's been a lot of rhetoric from my Republican colleagues, a lot of hot air about how this decision is going to derail implementation of the ACA or is somehow an indication that the law is unworkable. CMS is charged, Ms. Taverner, with implementing core elements of the law. These include health insurance marketplaces, which will make sure every American has access to quality, affordable coverage, even if they have a pre-existing condition. The 80-20 rule, which stops insurers from spending 25, 30, or even 40% of enrollees' premiums on profits and overhead and make them spend more on actual health care. And then there are the insurance market reforms, such as the end of lifetime and annual limits on coverage, and the requirement that insurance cover preventive care with no cost sharing. All of these core reforms put patients and their doctors, and not the insurance company, in charge of basic health care decisions. Madam Administrator, what does Treasurer's recent decision mean for the core elements of the law that CMS is charged with implementing, and people who do not receive health care coverage from their employers next year will in general be able to afford affordable, high-quality coverage through the state or federal marketplaces? I think that's correct. Would you answer those questions?
Yes, sir. The delay of the employer mandate does not have any impact on CMS's implementation. Just as a reminder, the delay of the employer mandate was a decision to try to work with business, and I've heard this morning that we need to work with business and help them. And a reminder also that 96% of large employers currently have coverage. So this employer mandate was always a very small subset. And the decision to delay for 1 year was to try to help not increase regulatory burden on employers as they walk through this process. And it has no impact on our implementation.
So it's safe to say that delaying the employer mandate for a year is not going to derail the law, and that the core elements are going into effect as planned.
Yes, sir.
Well, it seems to me exceedingly wrong and backwards and ill informed by my Republican colleagues to try to use this relatively minor transitional relief to try to sow doubt and confusion about whether this law is going into effect. It's really cold-blooded, cold-hearted, and callous, and they should be ashamed of themselves. I yield back the balance of my time.